Okay. Ooh. Happening. Never came down again, slicing through the meat and bone laid out on the stone surface. Oh my gosh! We're going to really cook down? Oh my freaking gosh! The first chop separated the skin and flesh, exposing the muscle. The second chop clearly snapped the bone, and sound echoing sharply in the room. With the third chop, a piece of meat still clinging to the bone and sinew, steadily divided into two. Oh my horrible, what the shit? I pick up the piece of meat about the size of my hand and toss it into the nearby wooden basin labeled number 1. There were 2 basins in front of me. One for the meat and bones, and the other for everything else. The last barefoot carried the water basin, cleaning up the blood stains around me. The smell of blood in the bathhouse was strong, making my head spin and my stomach churn. Even though I was used to blood, I felt queasy at the moment. The last proposals really caught me off freaking guard. I didn't dare to do it in time of half an incense stick. I've been busy for nearly 2 hours. About 2 hours ago, she came up with an idea for handling the body. The body of Tang needed to be taken out of the city, yet be buried near the inn. He needed to make the body less conspicuous and get rid of the strong smell of blood. Said that let's treat the body like we do with pork. We can cut the body of Tang into small pieces. The meaty parts like pork are cooked and What am I reading? What am I freaking reading? Then taken out of the city on the horse. As for the non-meat parts, I'll gather them in a wooden tub, crush them, mix them into the lump, and dump them to the cesspool. This is a freaking murder case. A freaking perfect crime murder case. A stinky cesspool should mask the bloody smell. This should be in the documentaries and the other doors. It'll be hard for the inn to notice anything, even if they suspect something. I'm almost done chopping up the meat. Is the hot water ready?
不久前刚去添过柴，大概是烧好了，我去看看。
You're going to ask me that now while you're already halfway to doing this. I'll let you go fetch the water then. Be careful not to trip and scald yourself if you fall.
谢谢良爷提醒。
Oh my gosh! Matsui nodded obediently and went to fetch the hot water. The soup has been bubbling for a while, then I told her to let it bubble a bit more before turning off the heat. We planned to use it for boiling the meat. Initially, we thought of using the inn's kitchen, but if we lock up tight at night by the waiter, plus the kitchen spot wasn't big enough for all the meat and cook in batches would take too long. Besides, we didn't want to disturb the waiter nearby. Then Man's soup came up with an idea. She suggested locking the bathhouse water pool temporarily, filling it with hot water and using that to cook the meat. Man's soup cautiously carried a basin of hot water barefoot to the bathhouse. With a splash, she poured the hot soup into the water pool. The bubbling soup spread evenly across the surface, causing the water level to rise slightly. Steam rose from the soup, distorting the air around it. Thankfully, this was meant for cooking meat. If it weren't for bathing, leave it for a moment and it would likely peel off your skin. Man's soup went back and forth a few times until, how'd you come up with this an idea? The water level in the pool was right. He wiped her forehead and sat down to rest. Seeing she was tired, he didn't push her. Sat beside the tank, tossing the meat in, and asked, how'd you come up with this idea? Maybe you're the swine demon. I calmly asked her. Tough to picture a kid young coming up with such a scary plan.
以前的时候，家里死了一只小猪仔，妈妈饿了。 就把小猪仔放锅里给煮了吃，煮了后猪仔明显比原来要小了，味道也不腥了。我一直记得很清楚。
Man's soup sat hugging her knees, head resting on them. Watching the meat in the water, she spoke to me. Her gaze seems to be remembering something, empty and cold. Heard Tang say if you end up at the swine demons, he'd chow you down on you. You reckon he'd munch on you raw or cooked up?
不知道，大概是生吃吧。
Why? Figure that.
肉煮了后，就看不出是人样了。他那样的人，估计是想看着我们的模样吃，只是一口气吃不完，能吃多少吃多少，剩下的大概会丢了吧。
Figuring things out, just talking a lot about her guess. Hard to picture her making that kind of sense at her age. Felt odd chatting with her. Though she looked 9 and was 11 years old, in fact, that in size of someone older like me. During the dismemberment of Dong's body earlier, couldn't stand it, had to look away. She, on the other hand, remained cool, sorting the body parts, as if they were just meat. Sometimes she'd cough from smell, but that's it. I was getting more curious. She really from a regular farming family. What kind of experiences could make someone her age like this? Heard something at the tavern once. There are people in this world who are born undead. Undead persons have no feelings. Don't cry, don't laugh, don't fear. They can do anything calmly, just like grown-ups, even when they're kids. Scary stuff. No way she wasn't like them undead types. When I spoke her before, she seems so genuinely scared, not putting on a show. And when she's playing with the other lambs, she seems genuinely happy. Like she got both the innocence of a child and maturity of an adult. Strange. This last was too strange. Kept thinking about her. My hands didn't stop. Oh, why am I gazing at Tong's body? Oh my freaking gosh, it's too much for me. I kept throwing chunks of Tong's meat into the water, tossing and tossing until there was nothing left in the wooden basin. I moved tongues from one place to another. One by one, him went into the water. The fat ones floated up and the thin ones sank down, reminding me of frogs sobbing and down in the water. Though it might sound hypocritical to say so, seeing him like that, I did feel a bit sad. Even if he was killed, he wouldn't have wanted to end up like that. Could have let it happen even if I killed him. Maybe only that swine demon who eats live kids deserves such fate, right? But how could that be possible? Some people were born into wealth and privilege, destined for a life of luxury. No matter how far they fell, they wouldn't end up being cooked, right? The meat looks quiet. We have to bag it soon. After cooking for a while longer, I noticed the meat was almost done, so I took the man's soup beside me. Saki replied, her eyes still fixed on the rolling meat. After bagging it up, we'll need to clean this place too. The blood smells too strong yet to scrub it off. Okay, she nodded in agreement. Tonight you sleep in your room. Tomorrow we roast the lambs and spill the beans. Got it, she nodded. Lass was slightly worn out, just keeping her responses short and to the point. Ask her anything, you would just get a quick answer. She looked tired. Maybe all the lambs are like that. They want to sleep when it's time. Suddenly spoke as if wanting to tell me something. What's up? Oh my gosh. We're really going to eat tang. Oh my gosh. Hey lambs, we got meats for you. Let's get into the inn's kitchen. I'll get you some rations later.
虽然饿，但什么东西也不想吃。
Fair enough.
等都忙完后，我们洗个澡吧。
Okay. After a quick break, resumed work once the meat was cooked. I packed the cooked meat into the bag and dumped the rest into the cess. In the blood-stained tub and scrubbed the bathhouse repeatedly. When we finished all that, we took a bath together in the bathhouse. I used the tub, she used the bucket, both of us washing separately. Maybe we were just too tired and wanted to finish quickly and go to bed. Maybe it was just dissecting Tang's body together. Me and the lass, we were used to each other's nakedness, weren't shy anymore. After a bath, we only slept for about an hour. Shortly after returning to our room, the sky outside began to lighten with distant church bells, followed by rooster and dogs barking. I woke up first and nudged the pups beside me and went next door to wake up the other lambs. I gathered them to discuss our next moves. We will have a feast! A meat feast! Listen up, my plans have changed. We're not heading to Liang for now. Okay, everyone's shocked. I announced the new plan to the lambs. They look at each other, then back at me, speechless. Pack up, we're heading north to Jeju. Once we're there, I'll announce our next move.
梁爷，
Suddenly, Kyoe called out to me, sounding worried. What's up? You smell like blood and meat and everything in between.
之前三爷说了，去洛阳才能吃饱饭，那里有吃不完的馒头。是啊，梁爷，不是要去洛阳吗？为啥突然又不去了？
Yeah, the two sisters seems really down. I figured out Jin-san and Tang had been fibbing to them for a while. Kept saying Liang would be a paradise with all the food. Liang with its enough steam buns had their dream. How do I break it to them gently? You see? Have this guy and I stab him and let them know Liang's good spot, but once they're there, they'd be devoured alive. If I told them straight up, they wouldn't get it. I can't even buy it. I froze. I didn't know how to break it to
听说
them.
在洛阳城收我们的人不是好人，便改变主意，要把我们送去好人那里了。放心吧，去汉州的生活一定比去洛阳更好。
When I didn't know how to tell the sisters, the girls spoke up for me. They went home were wide in their eyes, looking at months
是
away.
啊，穗儿姐都这么说了，就信梁爷吧。虽然我也想去洛阳，但既然梁爷说去汉州更好，
Young-hwa smiled, reassuring the sisters.
既然姐姐们都这么说了，那我和翠儿就放心了，不去就不去了吧。
翠儿信梁爷，梁爷是好人。
They're so cute! Especially Kyoe. Look at me, with trust in her eyes. I paused, feeling warm sensation in my chest, unable to find words. Couldn't deny it, being trusted like this felt pretty good. Afterward, I untied the lambs. I got some fruit from the inn and gave it to them before planning to leave. Before leaving, I asked Matsup to watch over the lambs and went back to the bathhouse. After airing it out, most of the blood-stained smells had gone away. Though there was still faint odd smell since the place didn't usually have many guests, it shouldn't raise the waiter's suspicions for him to investigate. I double-checked for any bloodstains, then once I completely at ease, I led the lambs out of the inn. The waiter was like, "Oh, where's our partner, huh?" As I hit the street's Shanzhou and loaded the cooked meat onto the pack horse, I spotted two strange characters. There you go. The people who is Tong talking to. They were at inn's entrance. Ooh, one fat, one skinny, just like caravan guards with the mean look on their faces. The big guy stood tall and fierce, while the small one looked shifty. I led the lambs out, Mansup leading one pack horse while I led the other. Their eyes stayed glued to us, slowly moving as we walked. Something was off. Who were they? The guy he's talking to. Just as I started to wonder, the fat guy called out. Stop, and the other lamb stopped too. Stop.
认识石星吗？
No, I don't ring a bell. He asked me in a deep voice. I didn't reply immediately. Oh, Shishing, it's Tong, right? It's his real name. Cold sweat beaded on my forehead and palms. No good. This guy was shady. Shishing was Tong's real name. The guy was probably sent by Tong. I know him. Who's Shishing? Tried to stay calm, speaking closer to the fat guy. He didn't answer, just glared at me
你
harder.
们是从哪里来的？
How should I tell you? He kept asking and I got annoyed, snapping at him. At the same time, I reached the blade on my pack horse, ready to draw. Hanzo is no small village. Drawing blades in the street is forbidden. But the inn's location was remote. It'd be a while before the city guards arrived. Possible he didn't want to start a fight with this guy. But if he really was Tang's man, if he found out I'd been taking care of Tang, then I'd have to fight him right here. What is that fat guy's packing? He has a short, blunt weapon on his back. He is built like a tank, so hand-to-hand isn't in my favor. But if I draw my blade fast, I might catch him off guard.
好了，大锤，别为难人家。
Just as things were heating up, the skinny guy called out the fat guy's name, stopping him.
大哥都说了不认识石星，就是不认识了，你纠缠他做什么？他带着崽子从这家客栈出来，肯定也是跑生意的，别挨了人家的财路。
Oh, he knows
我
what's
们
up.
不也是来接崽子的活的？石星那次都说了，这里有大活。
What? So, is he telling the truth? Oh wait, but aren't we...
他说鸡打鸣时就和我们在这儿会合，人影儿都没见。我问问这人不行啊？
肚子傻，我教你的都忘了。你娘都说了，出来混就该听我的，少说话多做事。
Oh, sorry.
哥，这莫见怪啊，莫见怪。
The fat guy and skinny guy argued some more, and the skinny guy apologized to me. No big deal, it's open. If you're searching for someone, you can check inside. Probably told the skinny guy, giving them a hint.
嘿，好嘞，哥，我们一会儿就去。
Skinny guy agreed and then pulled the fat guy to stand nearby. Then they kept their eyes on the inn. So, everything's settled. I told man's soup and the other lambs. Are you telling the truth, or... So we set up again on our journey. We headed to our outside Shanzu, then up to the north Jin's territory, and finally arrived at the Jizu. I reckon those two, one fat and one skinny, were probably hired by Tang. They might be guards or bandits. I've got some ideas about why they're here. That proposal Tang cooked up for me last night was just a con. Okay, it's not. He was just trying to keep me calm so I wouldn't fight back. Come the next day, he'd bring them in, ready to take me out, then let those two take over my job. Oh, I get it. I caught it. I told myself that. Like, he was like talking to them, her, kill this guy over here and like be my bodyguard. Tom, you haven't changed one bit. Speaking of that, so are pretty interesting. The fat guy acts tough, the skinny guy talks smooth. The fat guy throws fists, the skinny guy guys smooth things over. It's like you and him, huh? Kind of feeling like Nintendo brings back the memories. What do you think? Think about it. I couldn't resist leaning towards the backward and whispering softly. Oh my gosh, I'm talking to his meat. Horse. I was expecting a response from the horse or the bugs on his back. Closest to me, Xianghua heard my voice and gave me a curious glance, wondering why I started talking to myself. Oh my gosh, Master Liang started talking to the horse. Could you believe that? Maybe only Mansup and I knew about this moment. I was just talking to myself. I was speaking to a recently departed partner. Right now, he's half and half, lying on the black horse. His flesh jiggled with horse movement, happily accompanying me as I headed out. Are you sure he's happily accompanying you? Are you sure about that?